unfold. Drown out my problems, let me when I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go, 18 Gator.
Watch the slant. Jim.
Topper. Hey, Orbit.
57. Mike. 50.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch it.
General West. Ready.
2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf, Leo, go.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give right side. It's Lawrence. And he powers his way up past the 30.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Matchbox lights.
Hey, turn it out. Check your hot read. Check. Lucky.
Hey, Sam off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Looking to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Kennedy. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run it now out of the gun. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because, really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Field goal is all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lawrence. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a give right side. It's Lawrence. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over, and he fires Here's one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Ready.
Watch 57.
General West.
49. Check 49.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
10 logo.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. Here's a 2nd and 7. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 30, 10. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
He's going to run, and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense.
Ready.
That's how you get hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I want that. Give me that ball, defense.
Buzz. Hit it.
Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll look to throw here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. It's complete to Cruz. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Wahoo!
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Oh, yeah.
They'll set up a throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Kennedy. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Ready?
They'll run on first down. Lawrence. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Squeeze.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lawrence, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
50, plant. Look at me. Door.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Kennedy. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys are able to regain the lead. The point after through the raindrops up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take...
And now look at him go. He's at the 30. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
That'll go down as a loss of 8. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
Got it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
He'll look to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On the set.
Go, go, go. Hey, check Mike 47.
Shut up.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick-6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
Ready. Topper! Who that?
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, too. And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and they take it away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's third down.
Switch up, switch up.
He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Ready, ready. 10 Lobo.
Brings up second and 11 at the 50-yard line.
We got 4.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You got 3 down, 3 down.
Watch one, watch one. Shoot.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback keeps it. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down. Tonight's final score.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Packers, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.